Hmm. Hi, everyone. I've felt such a compulsion, really, to come on and reassure you that all is well. The energy feels a bit um, interesting, strong, intense, a lot of upward energy today. And to me, it shows up as this, we're in this energy coming down and energy coming up, but we're very much in the strength of this energy coming up today. And it's like a finishing phase or a reminder to just check in with what else has to be released. And so I feel there's a lot of, we're in that liminal space again. We keep, we move through, we release, then we come up to somewhere else, and then we're back in that liminal space again. So yeah, I just wanted to be telling you what has come through and to be reassuring. And see, I have a chair that moves, which is a bit fatal for me. So I have to I'm not properly set up in here yet. But anyway, yeah. So welcome to mid-October. We really are in the midst of this portal or this tunnel or this bridge or this eclipse energy that is, I want to say, compelling and propelling for us to go deeper and for us to go older and for us to go higher. And it's all happening in the series of little phases each day. But today, to me, this energy has felt very much as this rising up energy. The propulsion upwards is very, very strong. So yeah, happy full moon, and hello Lego Flip, and hi sweet CC and BU, and hi Jackie. Yeah, so I think what is fantastic is that many of us are becoming very attuned to these energies. So yeah, I've got some notes here that I started off thinking that I was going to be speaking just to the divine feminine, and then I rearranged that because we're all dealing with the aspect of us that is the feminine, including the masculine, and the masculine in our world are in such change because of this movement to be more in their feelings. Yeah, so that's the title that came, clearing the old and resetting for the new, and to be, there's some key fundamentals here that are basic that I want to remind you of that have come through a lot, I've noticed, as I've been writing the notes in here out of my notebook, to be in such gratitude. So that is something just to remind you of. I'm sure that you all do it, and I just want to remind you that there's so much power in being in the energy of gratitude. Gratitude for waking up in the day, waking up to the day, gratitude for your breath, gratitude for your ability to feel and see and touch and smell. And it's really interesting that today I was invited to do that, or yesterday in the notes. So that will come. But this idea of examining what is going on from and through all of our senses. So as our soul creates each present moment in the now and in the new, we are in this constant renewal time. This is impacting on us more strongly as we move more and more fully into being heart-centered and soul-driven and soul-guided through the sensory experience of what shows up. Trust how it feels. How does it feel? Keep attuning to that. Where am I feeling this? What does it feel like? What is it telling me? What is it showing me? Where is it guiding me to? And what does the experience of that feeling in the body give you, gift you, grant you, push you to? So follow your inner guidance and be curious about what shows up. Not about why, just what. What shows up here? What am I feeling? Where am I feeling that? What's the message? and then hand it over, release control. It's a big thing at the moment, having to hand over control and trust and take a leap of faith. This is this ongoing process. Go in, go deeper, see what comes up, release it, hand it over, let go. Take a jump. Jump into your creative power, into your co-creative power. We are really in this place now that is so unfamiliar and we haven't experienced it before. So we just have to be really present with it, see what comes. So this was from the 14th. I found the energy on the 14th really very, very blissful, slightly different to today's energy. Be as much as possible in the present now moment is what I wrote on that day, and to drop deeper into the goddess, deeper into the goddess energy. Whether you are masculine or feminine, to drop more deeply into the energy of the goddess. This magical receipt of being in flow, of being in presence, of knowing that you have the power to create. Because we're dropping out of the old, we're coming into the new, and we're building and creating the new as we go. So know that you are shifting from your 3D world into the 5D, or the third dimension into the fifth dimension. It's a frequency, it's a dimensional shift. This is a coachy chime. And I thought, this is for the heart, this one. And I think that mostly, well, I feel this is for the heart, but I think it's the water. I just feel into the energy there. It's rather beautiful. So we are in the early stages of transfiguration. I believe we've been on the edges of that for some time, but it feels to me that there's a big group of humanity now that's in this transfiguration. And so transfiguration is this movement or change in form or appearance. There's some birds just diving outside my window. Yeah, and so this is what we are in, this movement or change from our carbon-based cellular form into our crystalline cellular form, through the spine, through the Christos, through the crystalline light that has been coming in and through us and up and through us. So in through, I believe, through the central vertical column, and then up through the spine, through the spinal fluid. So this transfiguration can be described as a great change of form or appearance, especially a change that beautifies, glorifies, or makes more spiritual. So I'd never looked that up. I kind of had this idea about what transfiguration is, and it's a word that's been given to me frequently, and I know that it is about changing form whilst in the form. And I looked it up today and I thought, oh, that's even better. It's even better than I knew. A change that beautifies, glorifies, or makes more spiritual. So that's us. Follow your guidance. This will come as signposts that you will see or hear or feel or know. And they will come by you being present and in flow. So this is really where we're being asked to be present with that, guided by each now moment and by what or who shows up. And so you can go to, does this feel right? Yes or no. Is this what I'm to do? Yes or no. You'll get strong guidance. Be in your heart and stay centered there. Find your joy. What brings you joy? What makes you feel passionate? What lifts you up? What turns you on? What fills you? And then come into this deeper recognition of who you are, because in many ways this is what we are doing. We're coming into this deeper recognition of who we are and why we're here and what we bring and what we're here to do. Even though we have this bigger picture idea of that, we've been given the subtleties. Become attuned to your own high frequency and vibration, and recognize how to listen to and how to recognize your own guidance. Follow your heart and be okay with being shaken up, because this is what we're in. We're in a shake up so that we can like let loose or release what doesn't serve us. And look for the beauty in that. Look for the humor. Look for the laughter. Look for the curious, and look for the gifts that come, having been shaken up and rearranged. And learn to use those. Learn to use your gifts. And also, I want to encourage you, if you don't already, to create a sacred space. So create a sacred space in your house, in your room, in your van, if you live in a van, but a sacred space where you can build the energy around there. And maybe it's a place where you light a candle or have a light, and maybe you have a crystal, and maybe you have some words, or maybe you have a special picture. It doesn't matter. It's whatever it is that feels good and right and true for you. But what will happen is, if you create a sacred space or a sacred altar, then that will build energy for you. And you'll notice that when you come and sit in front of it, that you come into immediate alignment after time. So I want to ask you to think about that. So how does your sacred space look? How does it feel, and what does it represent to you? If you don't have one, then I encourage you to create one. And if you do have one, I want you to ask that. What does it do to you? What does it do for you? What does it represent to you? To learn to stay in balance. And so a lot of this is rudimentary, fundamental. And I want to remind you that you have all these gifts, you have all these skills, you have all these talents. And don't get lost in the fact that we're in this transition time where things are really not happening how we normally experience them. So it's very unfamiliar and it's uncomfortable. And so I am encouraging all of us to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, to be okay with the unknown. So learn to stay in balance and practice and develop practices that enable you to easily bring yourself back into center and back into balance, and to come into your power and into your alignment, to recognize your purpose, to recognize when you are in alignment and when you are not in alignment, and recognize what serves you. What serves you that assists you to stay in alignment? And maybe you're beginning to recognize what are the things that knock you off balance, or the places that you visit that don't align with you, the people, the places, everything that doesn't align with you is probably showing up quite strongly right now. To come into your alignment with that, what serves it and what it is that is your truth, not anybody else's truth, your own truth. What is it that you regard as your own value, your own self-worth? It's really time to own that, to claim that, to embrace that, and then to look and check what's your innate value, and is there anything here that requires releasing or requires healing at this time? So I know this is like going around in circles and cycles, and that's what we're doing. We are in the finishing, or we're in this early transfiguration, but we're in the finishing stages of releasing what no longer serves us. And it might be tiny, but it's significant, or it might be huge. It depends on where you're at on your journey in your cycle. But we are closing off now many aspects of our life and of our past. And I encourage you to feel safe in the knowledge that we are in this movement and this transition into the new, and that it will require releasing and severing many things, many people, idea, constructs, places, locations, jobs, relationships, beliefs, conditions. And it doesn't mean that you have to release all of that, but there'll be bits in there that everybody will be releasing, and just trust it. Just trust it. Know that it will be right if it feels right. And if it feels uncomfortable, be okay with that as well. It might just be part of a learning or a change. Be aware also that we are releasing things, or maybe you may be, I am, releasing things that are in or show up in a lower dimensional form, and that they may return in a higher dimensional space or frequency. So just keep following your inner guidance and your higher guidance, and then write your own story. Fill your own story with power, with feelings, with emotions of love, of passion, and of joy. And then today's energy shows up as the strong upwards energy, creating pressure on the body, a deeper inquiry, asking of the body to release more of what no longer serves. So I invite your body to show you, and I invite you to invite your body to show you, to give you clarity, to elicit response, to evoke memories, and then analyze the learnings that you have received and note any that require more investigation or release or learning or healing, and then claim yourself to another level, because everything is moving very, very quickly. This frequency is fast and yet it's very expanded. So we can be sitting in something that feels quite still and expanded, but it's moving very, very quickly. So that's why it's easy to release things. And all in a day's work. That's what came through from Gaia. Analyze the learnings that you have received and note any that require more investigation or release or learning or healing. Then claim yourself to another level, all in this day's work. So that's what she gave me this morning. And so it was interesting. It was just this little part, and also I got given it in parts. So that was part one, and this is part two, and it's short as well. It's something that she got me to do yesterday, actually, or this morning. I can't remember. Anyway, it won't matter. I'm giving it to you now. Honor the role that nature plays in your life today. Spend 10 minutes. Okay, it was this morning. Spend 10 minutes sitting in reverie with the nature in your immediate environment. Move through each of your senses, honoring what can be perceived through sight, through sound, through hearing, touch, feeling, sensing, knowing, and taste. And then sit with it. Sit in the observation of that, and then ask yourself, what did you gain from this exercise? Did you have or experience new learning? So it's really important for us to become comfortable with the uncomfortable at the moment, with the unknown, and to learn to relax into this and start to view it all with the eyes of a child. So be in curiosity, be in wonder, laugh at it, laugh a lot, laugh at the ridiculousness, fall in love with the unknown. And that's what I leave you with today. I will just have a look. I will just find my cursor. Here it is. Shift that off and see what you have said in here. Oh, that's good. Yeah, they're really lovely. I often, when I'm doing in-person sessions, which I'm not at the moment, I often finish the session with this chime, clear and soothe all the energies. Oh, good, good. Oh, I'm glad you felt that, the clearing of it. Wow, all of what Outreach saying is what happened with me yesterday and balance today. Fabulous. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so it feels like a bit of an overview, review, but I really feel like we're in this, it's like we're about to come out of the tunnel. And so it's just, we've just got to let that old go. so that we can be in preparation for the. I mean, we know that the new is coming in, but yeah, there's still this notion that we're going to have a flood of higher energies. It's definitely the energies have been showing up as definitely as this very pure white crystalline, like what would you say, like a center, like being somewhere where there's a stalactite and a stalagmite. I think the other one is as though they're joined in the middle, and it's very, very white, but then there's this surrounding of these other sort of glowing lights. And um and the other aspect that I was reminded of that somebody posted about this morning, and I said to them, yes, that's something Guy said ages ago to me, which I know I've told you here, but is that the auroras in the south here, we don't usually have them. And she said to me a long time ago, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, she said, when the auroras come in the places where they don't usually appear, you will know that we are in the ascension time. And so we've been seeing them here. There have been images, even up here in the north around where I am. People have been photographing them. I haven't seen them personally. I have seen beautiful lights and colours, but I haven't seen the aurora other than what people have captured on their cameras. But maybe there's something to do with the lens capturing it rather than the physical eyes. I'm not sure about that. But definitely that's something that Gaia said to me. And so that's been intriguing to me that over the last few months we've been seeing that more and more. And that to me is a strong indicator because no, we don't usually. So yeah, be in. I don't know whether actually um the other thing that I found really interesting is that I I feel like I'm in this space where I don't really want to do very much. I it's not it's not lethargy. It's more that I want to be in solitude, in more solitude, or more just being, like a lack of movement even. So it's it's like the stillness, being in the stillness of the day and the stillness of my own energy. So I wonder if you are feeling that as well. There's also, I'm trying to think who I spoke to recently, a couple of divine feminine I've spent a bit of time with lately, and yeah, we were expressing how kind of like stretched it feels, and yet in that stretching, in that expansion, there's a sense of, well, it just doesn't matter, like nothing. It's a sense of nothing really matters, even though everything really matters. Nothing really matters. That everything is really in hand, and we might not know what it is, but we know that it is. There's that deeper sense of knowing. Um, and so yeah, there's this sense of not wanting to be, I don't know, engaged, or even though we are engaged in life and being in activities, there's this part of us that's quite happy to not. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and the guy wanted me to just kind of do this review to remind you that we're all going through this in maybe different orders at different times, but it's similar. It's similar what we're going through, and it's because we haven't done it before, and so we're navigating our way, and we just have to feel our way. We're not in a dark tunnel, but that would be a decent analogy. It's like feeling our way in a dark tunnel along the wall. That's kind of what we're doing. And yep, Sweet CC saying, yep, I'm not doing anything. So yeah, I wish you lots of love and great big hugs, and enjoy. Feel into the interestingness. I don't even know if that's a word. but the level of interesting qualities that are in this energy, which to me feels like it has these subtle changes every day. And I feel that we're in the squeezing out, in the edges or the end, in the edges or the ends, the squeezing out, so that we can really embrace this higher frequency, this higher quality light. And I will see you again soon. Much love. When I find my cursor. I had it. It's disappeared. I can't end the stream until I find my cursor. I'm on a glass table. I need to buy, that's what I need to go and buy today. Is it here? There it is a new mouse pad. All right. Bye, everyone.